Bryce Mitchell is opening up as a minus 168 favorite versus Charles Rosa, who's a plus 138. If you're gonna bet on this fight, you're gonna you're gonna have to look at the experience. I know Bryce Mitchell is undefeated, even though he's really not undefeated because he lost in the semis in the Ultimate Fighter. I believe he got choked out, or he tapped to choke. I think it was a rear naked choke, but anyways, Charles Rosa, who's a black belt in BJJ, versus Bryce Mitchell, who's a brown belt. I feel like if you look at their experience, who they fought, Charles Rosa has been in there with some fucking killers. He lost to Yair Rodriguez in a split decision, and Rodriguez is in the top five in the division. And then he lost to Shane Burgos. He got TKO'd in that one in the third round. He almost made the distance, but he was going to lose that fight regardless, right? And Shane Burgos is he's in the top 10, right? So he lost two straight killers, two killers. He beat Kyle Bochniak. I think he beat him better than Zabit beat Kyle. You know, I think he, I think Rosa did better than Zabit when they fought Kyle, right? And then let's see, Rosa beat Manny. He got him an armbar. I think Manny left the UFC after that fight. He said he wasn't ready. But this fight's going to be a close fight. I think if it stays standing up, which it probably could because their ground game is probably going to cancel each other out, I think you have to give it to Rosa because he showed that he's tough against Shane Burgos because he was still somewhat standing, you know what I mean? And then he got TKO'd. You know, it's whatever. He he's been in there with two top stand-up fighters, right? Bryce Mitchell hasn't. So if you're gonna give it the experience, if we're looking at the experience, and who's gonna do better at stand-up, because I think in the stand-up department, you have to give it to Charles Rosa. He's been in there with killers. Yes, he got beat the fuck out of him against Shane Burgos, but that's more experience, right? You're facing a high-level striker, you know. Rosa is a submission specialist, okay? So if you're gonna bet on this fight, I think Charles Rosa, he's a underdog plus 138. If you're gonna go with him, that's not a big, that's not a big risk. I think it's gonna be 60% chance Charles Rosa, 40% chance Bryce Mitchell. I want Bryce Mitchell to win though. Don't get me wrong. I like Bryce Mitchell more. Seems like a cool guy. I feel like if we have more undefeated records in the UFC, it'd be better because we can market him better. But if you're gonna bet on this, I honestly think it's gonna be Charles Rosa.